Sebastian Bach was raised in the Canadian city of Peterborough and was born Sebastian Philip Bierk in Freeport, Bahamas. Along with his brothers Alex, Nick, and Charles, and his father David Bierk was a Canadian painter. The other siblings are Zach Bierk, a former NHL goalkeeper, Jeff Bierk, a Toronto-based photographer, and Dylan Bierk, an actress. Sebastian Bach attended the Lakefield College School in Ontario, and as a child, he showed a strong preference for rock music. At the age of 14, he began his career as a rock musician by playing in the metal group Kid Wikkid. The other band members, meanwhile, were between 25 and 30 years old when he went to audition for the group. As he was chosen, he persuaded his father to permit his relocation from Peterborough to Toronto and further his profession. Unfortunately, the group disbanded in 1985. Later, he decided to join Maxine and Roxy Petrucci's American hard rock band, Madam X. But it was a bad decision. To replace the void left behind by the departure of their main singer, Matt Fallon, Sebastian Bach joined another American band called Skidrow in 1987. The group's debut album, Skidrow, which featured the #1 singles, 18 and Life, and I Remember You, was released in January 1989. In June 1991, the second album, Slave to the Grind, was released, Psycho Love, Mudkicker, Slave to Grind its big hits these time. In March 28, 1995, the third album Subhuman Race was released, and become a last album for Sebastian Bach in Skidrow. Sebastian Bach was let go from the band later in 1996 as a result of some conflict with the other members. In the same year, Jimmy Flemian, Kelly Deal, and Jimmy Chamberlain, all former members of various bands, formed the Last Hard Men, his band. Bring 'Em Bach Alive, Sebastian Bach's debut solo album, was released in 1999. Since leaving Skidrow, he has never been released before. In addition to Bach's Skidrow songs being performed live, 5 new studio recordings, including his hit, Superjerk, Superstar, Supertears, were also released. The second album, Angel Down, was released on November 20, 2007. Axl Rose appeared on 3 tracks of the album. The fan-favorite tune, Back in the Saddle, Aerosmith song cover, debuted at the top of both the Billboard Heatseekers chart and the Billboard Hard Rock chart. In its first week, 6,400 copies were sold. In September 2011, he released his subsequent solo albums, Kickin and Screaming. And in April 2014, Sebastian Bach released Give 'Em Hell. The album entirely composed of original material. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard Hard Rock chart and sold 4,000 copies in its first week. In his subsequent tours, the Give 'Em Hell Tour in 2014 and the 18 and Live Tour in 2015, he performed the majority of his previously recorded songs. Sebastian Bach participated in various collaborative projects during the ensuing years, including providing the background vocals for the song, Sorry, on the Guns N' Roses album, Chinese Democracy, in 2008. He also playing with the bands Poison and Dokken, and appearing on the Chinese Democracy Tour, from 2009 to 2010. Sebastian Bach provided the voice for Prince Triton in a 2010 episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. On April 12, 2016, Sebastian Bach's autobiography, 18 and Life on Skidrow, was published by the HarperCollins brand Day Street Books. The book won the NPR Best Book of 2017 award. Sebastian Bach began appearing on Broadway in April 2000, initially playing the lead in Jekyll Hyde. Later, in 2001, he also made an appearance in The Rocky Horror Show as Riff Raff. Sebastian Bach took part in the reality program, Celebrity Fit Club, which caused him to lose weight, and he never put it back on. Sebastian Bach served as the host of the Forever Wild TV program, which debuted on VH1 in early 2002. In June 2004, a DVD video under the same name and featuring excerpts of the TV show's performances was released. He continued to appear on television until 2007, making several significant appearances such as the role of Gil, the lead guitarist for the band Hep Alien, in Gilmore Girls. In 2006, Sebastian Bach performed with Axl Rose of the band Guns N' Roses on multiple occasions in Milan, Dublin, Donington, and California. After 13 years, it turned out to be a reunion of the two buddies. In May 2006, Bach took part in the VH1 program Supergroup, where musicians came together to form the band Damnocracy, lived together for 12 days, and created music. Additionally, in 2008, he triumphed in the second season of the CMT reality series Gone Country. In the middle of the 1980s, Sebastian Bach and Maria Aquiner began dating. In 1988, Maria gave birth to his son Paris. However, they made the decision to wed in July 1992, 4 years later. They then received 2 more children, a daughter named Sebastiana in 2007, and another son named London in 1994. Following their separation in September 2010, Sebastian Bach began dating model Minnie Gupta. In April 2012, it was said that the two were engaged, but their romance ended in late 2014. After only 2 months of dating, Sebastian Bach made the decision to propose to Suzanne Le on December 28, 2014, and the two eventually were hitched in August 2015. Support this channel by hit subscribe button. And see you in next video.